Right, welcome back to the MMA channel, because a little bit of news today from the world of boxing, Misfits boxing. A lot of people getting excited about a fight that was supposed to be taking place on January the 18th, where Darren Till was going to make a foray into the world of boxing to take on Tommy Fury. You've all seen the press conferences. You all got extremely excited about it. You know what I mean? Christmas had come early for a lot of fans. Christmas had come early for Mr. Till. However, we've learnt today that that might not necessarily be going ahead. Joining me is the one and only Gorilla himself. How are you, Mr. Till? You all right?
I'm not good, Adam.
What has happened, right? Because all I've seen so far, I've not seen anything official from Misfits, and I'm sure that you've had conversations with them, but I ain't seen anything official from them. All I've seen is an Instagram story from Tommy Fury saying that the fight on January 18th is off, and the reasons that he has given for that fight being off are the things that you have said in a press conference. That's it. And he's decided that he's pulled out and he's going to be looking for another opponent. Is that all true at the moment? Have Misfits confirmed that it's off, or what's the situation?
Well, if Tommy's confirming, then it's true, isn't it? Because he's the other half of the fight. So, let me just put a few things straight. The last bit of your statement, what you've just said, which is from Tommy's statement, where they're looking for a new opponent, that's not true, because Tommy's pulled out of the fight. That doesn't mean that Tommy then stays on the show, because then what do I do? I'm the other half of the fight. So initially, Tommy's obviously the A side of this whole. I'm not one of these guys. I'm not going to sit here and go, well, I'm the A side. No, Tommy's the A side. He's the boxer. He's the bigger name. He's fought the bigger names. Blah, 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 blah. He's like the king of influencer boxing because he's beat all these Jake Pauls and whatever. So I recognise that. But Tommy's pulled out the fight, and I'm still headlining January 18th. I haven't gone anywhere, so Tommy's pulled out. Now, what he's pulled out with, because I've said a few things in press conference. Now, let's just rewind a little bit, Adam, because you know the whole history of the Furies and whatever, and Tyson and John and Tommy. So this is what we're going to do, right? I'm just going to go on a little bit of a tangent, and everyone's just going to listen, yeah? So for years, the Furies, by the way, Tyson, one of the greatest heavyweights of our time, I think he's phenomenal, But for years, the Furies have always intimidated and bullied everyone at press conferences, at fights, at fight week, at weigh-ins, whatever, That's what they've done. That's their thing. It's all mental warfare, innit, Now, John's had a few fights. John's intimidated Jake Paul's father. John buttered someone from from Usyk's team. John punched glass to try and punch KSI when KSI was making weight, whatever. All this, that's what you do. You're building a fight. We all know how this goes, right? It's not fake. It's not like whatever. It's all real. But at the same time, you're building a fight. I come along, I'm not the hardest man out there, Adam. I'm not whatever. But what I am is, and people can say whatever, like, oh, he's lost this, he's lost that. I've only ever lost to high-level competition, I am still one of the best MMA fights out there, because you've got to be the best to get where I got to, So I come along and I say to the Furies at the press conference, well, I'm not threatened by you, because I don't even think this is a real fight, which I don't. I'm not disrespecting boxing, because I think boxing is one of the hardest sports in the world. In fact, I think it gives you a more long-term effect than MMA, because of the punches you have to take over the amount of rounds, But I've basically said, I will have it with you, and you. I'm not asked, because no one in this room threatens me. And, by the way, Tommy, if I'm losing the fight, I'll just kick you straight in your face. He's then turned around and said, well, then it'll be a proper fight. And I've went, well, then I'll win, because I'm a real fighter. Let's just not get things twisted out here. So all this, what I've said, which, by the way, is all just said as, what? We're building a fight. It's mental warfare, mate. It's out here. It's on. I signed a disclaimer for the Misfits in the contract that if I would kick Tommy, I would forfeit my whole pay, and I'm getting paid handsomely. So what I'm looking at here and what I'm seeing is Tommy's pulled out because of what I've said. It's completely and utterly embarrassing. Like, at least pull out with an injury, or say your hand, or say, Love Island want you back on for a second season. Do you get what I'm saying? What is up with you? So basically what's happened, Adam, is I've come along to the influencer scene. The king of influencer boxing, who's Tommy Fury, I've ended it without even having to fight him. Some guy I am.
Do you think he really wanted to fight you?
No, he didn't. I'll tell you why he didn't want to fight me, let me tell you. I said to everyone before the presser and after presser, he's going to pull out. I should have actually made it more vocal when I went on the likes of Aiden and stuff like that, but I didn't because I didn't want to scare him off. I don't think he was ready. I've seen pictures of him in the gym. He looks like a juiced up bodybuilder, yeah, which is not good for fighting. People can say about shape, this and that. Fighting's fighting, mate. Do you know what I mean? I don't think he was ready for the date. I don't think he's taking it seriously. I seen his video he put up the other day of camp. So he puts up a video the other day of camp mode activated, but then all of a sudden he's pulling out. So what's camp mode activated for? Because you were obviously clearly camp mode for me. So I just don't think he wanted to fight. Adam, listen, whatever, mate. Like, outside of it, I hold no ill towards. Well, I do a little bit now. I think you're a bit of a crazy. It's confirmed it for me. But, mate, what is all this? So what now? So what?
What are you going to do though now? Have you spoken to the lads at Misfits to see if you can get another opponent for January 18th? Because you've been out for a period of time. You want to get back active. You want to earn some coin.
I'm on January 18th. Let's not get it twisted out here. I'm fighting, and let's not forget, Adam. I'm fighting anyone because you know me well. I will fight anyone.
Have you had a conversation with them about it?
Yeah.
So everything's above board. You're going forward January 18th with Misfits. You'll be there, ready to rock and roll. We're just waiting for another name across from you.
I'll be there.
You see, when I watched that press conference, right, and I said to you in the immediate aftermath of it, I know you. I know what you're going to be doing. You're there to sell a fight. And as you just pointed out, other people have done the exact same thing in the past. They've been trying to sell fights. That's what this game is at the end of the day, especially in Misfits boxing. And this is no disrespect to it. You've got high-level World Championship stuff where maybe some of this doesn't necessarily take place, but in the Misfits world, this kind of needs to take place in order to generate the eyeballs to create the interest.
Correct.
And I get what you were doing in that particular moment. I just find it a real struggle to comprehend that a fighter, a proper boxer, as Tommy is, would take words seriously in that particular moment. At the end of the day, you get in the ring. There's a referee there to make sure that the rules are upheld. If you break the rules, pal, you'll get disqualified. You lose the fight. You lose your purse, as you just pointed out there with the Misfits fellas. And you probably end up looking a bit of a prat for doing that. So I don't understand why you would take words seriously in that moment.
And don't forget, I'm 31. I'm 32 this month, the end of this month, right? I've been fighting since I was 13. I've been a world champion in Muay Thai. Not a world champion, sorry, correct myself. I've been a British champion in Muay Thai. I've fought at world level in Muay Thai. I've actually had 6 unlicensed boxing fights. I've fought at the highest levels I've ever made you can fight. There's no higher you can go, yeah? And not once in any instance have I broken rules. Have I went against what the rules are? Have I done anything? I do one thing. That's why I'm still a name. I sell fights. I build fights. I play mental warfare. I'm the most unapologetic man out there. What I say is what I say. It's truth. I do not tell no lies. I do not lie. If I say I have an injury, I have an injury. If I say this, I say this. I don't lie. I don't need to lie. I don't care about sponsors. I do not care even about the money that much. It's actually terrible. It's a bad mindset. But that's me, and I'm not going to change for no one. There's only one person who can change me, and they know who they are. Yeah? Besides that, mate, I was coming to that fight to knock Tommy Fury clean out with boxing. And everyone knows it. Everyone in my gym knows it. And the people he's probably spoke to about me in the boxing circuit, because boxing's a very small thing, have said the same thing.
Again, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but do you believe that, obviously, he signed on the dotted line to fight you with the intentions of going ahead, and then those type of conversations have taken place, and maybe he's realised that he doesn't actually want to participate in a contest with you? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Like, I've seen, look, again, I've used Tyson's name at the press, like, nothing changes. I think Tyson's a great, every time I've seen Tyson, I think he's great. He probably got a cobble with me now for saying stuff about him. I'm not asked. I think Tyson is a great heavyweight, brilliant. But what's happened is the Furies, in particular, John, have bullied people for years. Yeah? And what's happened is little old MMA fighter has come along and basically just said, I will stick it on all of you right now, and there's nothing you can do about it. I didn't walk out of that press conference. I was ready to face off with Tommy. And another thing, I think they were at the sheer size of me. I think they were thinking that I was still a welterweight in MMA. I'm a unit, mate.
So does the training go on then? Because I know that you're working hard with the Rotunda boys there. You've been doing a bit with Beefy this morning, haven't you? You've been in the...
I sparred 8 rounds with Beefy this morning. I know he's smaller, but, you know, you're getting that ring experience and that work from Beefy in different types. So, you know, you're not using your power, so you're learning to work on other aspects, speed, working on the insides. Do you know what I mean? So the fears how good Beefy is. So I'm working with Beefy. I've got all my muckers, all my travelling muckers in there, haven't I? I've got Dennis McCann. He's Team Till, isn't it? He's not Team Pure, he's Team Till. So, you know, I won't stop. I've got the track tonight at 5. Got one of my friends fighting tonight. I'll be in the gym in the morning, 7 o'clock, doing my weights. I'll rest all weekend. Might even open a little bottle of champagne, just toast to the fact that Tommy's...
Are you enjoying this boxing like or what?
I haven't boxed. What are you on about? I've had one farce of a fight. And I haven't boxed. I'm trying to fight. I'm trying to fight these guys. No one wants to fight.
Well, fingers crossed, mate. He can be persuaded, because I think a lot of people actually wanted to see you and Tommy fight on January 18th.
Look, whether you're a fan or you're not, like, look, I know there's a lot of people out there who've got an opinion on me, and look, sad. You're always going to have an opinion on someone who's outspoken like me. I just genuinely do this for the love of the sport, whether it's MMA or boxing, and for the love like you get from the fan. Like, I'm trying to give you all the show. Like, that press conference was for you. That's not for me. I don't need to do that. You know, obviously for money reasons and this and that. Yes, I'm building a fight. It's not fake beef. It's always real beef coming from me. But I'm just trying to fight out here, mate.
Well, fingers crossed we get one on January 18th, mate. Listen, before I let you clear off, I know that you're very good pals with Mr. Loughnane. Give us a little line on him last week, man. Rolling the dice. Listen, we've spoken to him this week. He's told it. We've gone extensively about his knee injury and what have you, mate. But it's kind of the epitome of him, innit? That he still rolls the dice, taking on an undefeated Dagestani, trying to the very, very end, mate. And a British MMA legend. Look,
no one. Brendan's probably my numero uno, mate. He's a pure heart. He's a pure soul, and he is. Me and him are probably the same fighter. We always say he's one of the greatest fighters and MMA fighters I've come across. Pity, didn't get to show more out there in the world, like UFC, all that, but it's not going into that, mate. Like, he rolled the dice. We know what we know before the fight. And look, he's just turned 35 yesterday. You know, he's been around the block, mate. He's made what, for me, just not to go into it, I'm not asked about all that. I'm asked about the person and what he's done. He set himself up and his family up for life, and that's what's important in this game. Because a lot of people leave this game without nothing. And if you're a bit of an empty head and, you know, whatever like that, you can leave this game at nothing, and this game can leave you. So you've got to be clever in it, you know what I mean? That's why get in and get out and make sure that's intact. So, look, didn't go his way, but he's had some career. And now it's time to just sit back on a beach, mate, and just enjoy life. He's got the money. Mum's set up in a house. Fair for the lad.
Absolutely, mate. Absolutely. Listen, stay in the gym. I look forward to more news then, and fingers crossed, we'll see you on January 18th.
See you soon, mate.
See you, pal. Thank you very much, mate.
On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app, and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.